Tigers, a season-best 26 hits. Anibal Sanchez goes to 13-7. Justin Verlander tonight right here in the ticket at 7-10. Tigers stay 6.5 clear of Cleveland in the Central, who defeated the Mets 8-1. Number 14, Notre Dame, visiting the Big House in number 17, Michigan tonight, 8 p.m. on AM 950. WWJ Wolverines have won 3 straight at home in this series. MSU taking on South Florida. That's a 12 noon kickoff in East Lansing. Elsewhere, number 12, Florida, meeting Miami. Lions season opener tomorrow at Ford Field, 1 p.m. against the Vikings, right here at 97.1 The Ticket. First-round pick and defensive end Ziggy Ansah practiced Friday. He's probable for Sunday's game, recovering from a concussion. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson, 97.1 The Ticket.
The following is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Fried. Alongside of me, our panel, our co-host, Alex Nafusi and Harry Glantz. Good morning, gentlemen.
Hey, buddy. Good morning.
What's up, Harvey? How you doing?
Real good out there. It's going to be 84 degrees, by the way. It's sort of still summertime, even though it's fall football, and there's a lot going on here in 97.1 studios. Of course, Michigan later today at 8 o'clock, Michigan State at noon. We are taking your calls till 10 o'clock this morning about mortgages and real estate. We got lots to share with you, of course. The numbers came out yesterday with the jobs. And, of course, there was some crazy news out there. It was actually the highest job loss in nearly 3 years. Basically, they have 3 categories on this: job losers, job leavers, and people entering the job market. So they combine all this information and entering the labor force. It just all evened out at the end of the day. There just wasn't enough jobs created. The economy is slowing down a little bit. They're not sure.
Then how does the unemployment rate go down from 7.4 to 7.3 overall, Harv?
If you lose jobs.
Explain that. If you lose jobs, explain that to me.
I guess, you guys, the bottom line is that if you're watching rates that intimately and you really need to save the $10 or $15 difference, just stop. I mean, you shouldn't be doing that. Man, I called my clients, I think, on Tuesday or Wednesday, and anybody that was adamant about floating, I said, dude, just lock it in. You're going to be way more upset if the rate shifts up 1/8 of a point versus down 1/8 of a point. Rates are not going back to 3.5%. I promise you guys right now, it's not going to happen. They are not going back to 3.5%. And when you're rolling the dice for 1/8 of a point, it's just silly.
I think people have to realize it, and we've been saying that since the end of May, the beginning of June, when rates started to tick up from the previous lows. When we say previous lows, you're talking about rates in the mid-3s. It just doesn't happen. Rates right now are in the high 4s, and what's wrong with high 4s? 1965, 66 levels. A lot of buying power out there. A lot of people buying homes. Record summer for home purchases since 2006. All positive news. You can't worry about from 4.5 to 4 and 5 days.
Exactly.
You can't worry about it.
You know, I have clients saying, you know what, Alex, I think they're going to go back down. Really, they're going to go back down. If I don't know what rates are going to do, how do you know?
Right.
I mean, it's just. I mean, you're gambling.
My guy told me.
Yeah, my guy.
My brother-in-law's friend's brother told him they're going down.
To wrap up the end of the week, it might have been 1/8 or 1/4% higher in some marketplaces. A little bit of improvement yesterday with this jobs report, of course. Rates have shot up, in the last 4 months, about 1.25%. And the U.S. government revised its first estimate of the nation's second quarter domestic product results. They think it's going to be significantly better. Then also there's other things the Federal Reserve has to worry about, like the economic stimulus package. Are they going to continue buying these mortgage-backed securities? So there's a lot of uncertainty out there. By the way, something going on in Syria, too. A lot of crazy stuff always that can affect the marketplace. But again, as you talk about these low purchase prices still, purchases on the rise, the appreciation here in Southeast Michigan, we're going to get into that and how it can save you money if you want to refinance your house. You might have bought a house in the last 3 or 4 years. So we've got all sorts of things to share with you. 248-539-9797. We take all your calls. You guys want to jump in on it?
I'm really, people, I guess I really want to hammer on people watching rates like to the 8th point. And listen, guys, rates are rates. With the Dodd-Frank Act, HBCC, there was such a huge overhaul, a few years ago. There's no secret anymore. There's no man behind the curtain pulling the strings. No matter who you call, you're really hiring somebody to represent you that you trust, and that's it. And I had a client the other day that was calling us and somebody else, another a national conglomerate, And they said, Alex, your rates, it's a quarter point higher, and I trust you, and I feel comfortable around you. But the other company, it's a quarter point lower. And I said to her, listen, there's absolutely zero chance you're going to get that deal. I've been doing this for 13 years. This is all I've ever done in my entire life. Well, not all of them. But,
in your adult life.
Yeah, in my adult life. I worked at the golf and tennis company for my dad. I sold shoes for a while. But since I finished college, this is all I've ever done for the last 13 years. This is all I know how to do.
Well,
I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get that deal. I promise you.
The loan doesn't close in time, and then you're extending. There's lots of things that come
doesn't really
up.
come down to the fundamentals. And since this is a football Sunday or Saturday, it doesn't come out to blocking and tackling. I mean, to get things done. So there's basic fundamentals. First of all, you have to put somebody in the right program for them. All right, that's a basic. They have to be able to afford the house. We have to meet their goals and objectives, and you have to do the right thing. So those are the basics, right? That's where you start out. And if you do that every single time, and you sit down with somebody and you explain what's going on, then you really get to the point, well, yeah, I think a 30-year fix is the best for me. Or I'm only going to be in the house for 10 years. Maybe a 10-1 arm's the best for me.
Sure.
Or we're going to be there a long time. We want to pay the house off in 15 years. Maybe a 15-year fix is the best for me. But doesn't it come down to the basics, the blocking and tackling, since we're on a football Saturday?
I like that.
Doesn't it really come down to what's best for the client in their situation? And that's what you have to do as a mortgage banker.
248-539-9797. You enjoying the show? It really does. It comes down to really dealing with people you trust. And when rates spurt back up, and you're buying houses, I mean, Harvey and Harry, I mean, guys, the people that we've gone to our entire lives, I've gone to the same doctor for 35 years. I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, you can call anybody you want. You can go on the internet. If you Google something enough times, you'll find the answer you want. It might not be the right answer, but you'll find some idiot online that says, "Oh yeah, rates are at 1%."
You really have to know who. And now more than ever, like Harvey directly mentioned, didn't allude to it. He mentioned it. Things have changed. The world is different in a lot of industries, especially the mortgage banking industry. So, you can search for loans on the internet and call the guy up. I mean, who are you really dealing with? You know who you're dealing with.
Exactly. Keep the local businesses going here. Again, we got our appraisers. There's so many industries here that are based on the housing industry. And again, with the appreciation in Southeast Michigan, opportunities for those, even the big box stores and the local merchants to sell a lot of product as we see people improving their houses and the local siding and roofing guys. And
because values have gone up, and values have gone up because of all the purchases that have taken place this year so far, you're going to see that appraised values are going to start to catch up a little bit to the purchases.
All right, refinance now, definitely through the end of the year. You got about a 4-month window here for sure to see if you can get it done. And I like that idea, and we always stress that idea, is lowering the term on your mortgage. Again, we talk about it. It's always the right situation. If you have tons of debt out there, maybe you're better off with that 30-year and work on paying off those high interest rate credit cards or those high second mortgages, get those balances down. But if you can suck it up a little bit and you're staying in the house, we love you to look at those 15-year. The families that have taken advantage of dropping those 5 to 10 or 15 years off their loan, they are going to be in such great shape. I mean, 5 years into it, you can look at your spouse and say, "Look, honey, we have 10 more years. We're in our 30s. We're in our 40s. We're in our 50s. We have 10 years, 60s. We have 10 years left."
This is a very simple mathematical calculation. If your payment's $1,000 and you shave 5 years off the life of your mortgage, you save $60,000.
It's a ton.
It's not. I mean, I'm not that smart of a guy, dude. But I'm telling you right now, that's just math.
Well, I think you're fairly smart.
Thank you.
But you bring up a great point. 15, 20 years goes by in the blink of an eye. All right, you're going to have college expenses. There are a lot of expenses that come up. If you can shave principal off of that loan, you're going to have more money on the back end. That's the simple equation, right, Alex?
Absolutely, 100%, man.
All right. Also,
it's all it is.
Also, with that appreciation, there's no doubt that we talked about this back in 2008, 2009, as things were so rough then, and people were bailing out the house. We said this is the opportunity for everybody else. Yeah,
right.
If you already owned a house, then you might be in a little bit of trouble. But again, they came out with new programs, keeping families in those homes. So moving forward, if you have some equity in your house, there's some great programs. We have the Ultimate Advantage program, which you can eliminate PMI. Get rid of that weird, costly PMI, that old school PMI. In fact, I always ask the question, when does it go away? I mean, that's the question we get asked so often. And this new program where you can finance in the PMI, just having 5% or 10% equity in your house, the savings is tremendous. You got to check it out. 248-539-9797. We will go to our first call this morning. We got Sean in from Richmond. Good morning, Sean. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys.
What's
Thanks
up,
for
man?
taking my call. I recently, my wife and I put a bid in on a house in St. Clair County. beautiful 2,800 square foot ranch on 5 acres, carved into the woods, and we just fell in love with the place. So we put an offer in, we bartered back and forth, agreed on a price, had the appraisal done, and it came in $61,000 below what we were going to pay for the home. So we're really worried about, we love the home, but we're really worried about that big gap. I mean, is that something I should be worried about?
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're $61,000 light on an investment, yeah, that's a huge problem. I mean, are there? Did the realtor provide comparable sales? To support the value?
Yeah, they did comparables, but in the area, I mean, the homes are using as comparables. This is an all brick 2,800 square foot ranch, and the whole house is Michigan red oak. It's just built to the nines.
What's the
and
purchase
really
price?
Yeah, here's the problem. It sounds like
That's okay.
it sounds like they over improve for the comparables in the area.
What's the purchase price?
And that's a lifestyle choice.
Sean, what's the purchase price, sir?
I'm sorry?
Purchase price.
Purchase price. How much you buying the house for?
$365.
And it came in at what? $300,000?
$304 is what it came in at.
Dude, here's the thing, man. I mean, it's really it's a lifestyle choice. I mean, the house is worth what someone's willing to pay for. It's simple economics, it's supply and demand. The downside of that is you can only finance what I can prove it's worth. So the mortgage is going to be based on the acquisition cost of the property, so of the appraised value. I mean,
right? Yeah, we're going heavy on the down payment, so the bank's going to let it ride. I mean, we're putting 60% down.
Okay, so how long do you think?
Dude, who cares?
Yeah, let's talk about you for a second and your family. How long do you think you're going to be in that house? Is this your be-all, end-all house?
This is it. Yep.
Okay,
dude, you're fine.
If this is your be-all, end-all house, and you can say that you're going to live there 20 to 30 years, then do the math. All right, if you love it, you want to be there, you got to have it. And when I say that, you're going to raise a family there, you're going to be there a long time. I don't see any reason why you shouldn't buy the house, but you know what you're getting yourself into.
Sean, you're fine, dude. If it's your house, that's the deal, man. No worries.
And take out a fixed-rate mortgage, by the way.
Bye, bro. Thanks.
Sean, we're up against a break. When we come back, all of your calls, 248-539-9797.
Candace would like to know.
Will DTE Energy really help me save money on my energy bill?
Well, Candace, we have Jason from DTE Energy here to tell us.
DTE will absolutely help. The first thing you should do is go to the DTE Energy website and use My Energy Analyzer to see how you can save, or schedule a free home energy consultation.
And then what happens?
Well, someone like me will come to your home and check it out for ways to save. We'll look to see if you have enough insulation, if your windows and doors are sealed well, and whether your appliances are energy efficient.
Are there some simple things she can do herself?
Well, just changing out traditional light bulbs for CFLs can save a lot.
Those are the squiggly ones, right?
Yep, they use 75% less electricity than traditional bulbs.
75% less? Wow.
Plus, they look like ice cream cones. But you wouldn't want to put an ice cream cone in a lamp.
No.
Want to ask your own question? Go to AskDTE.com. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
What do you see? Walsh College grads see and hear business in everything. So when they hear, they think.
The $25 billion golf industry, which requires accounting, marketing, and international trade, features a deep recurring stream of revenue. After all, golf balls get lost.
Oh, no.
A lot. Approximately 300 million times a year.
Walsh grads see business in everything and impact great companies everywhere. Walsh College. See more at livebreathebusiness.org. What do you see? Walsh College grads see and hear business in everything. So when they hear...
Pass the ham, please.
They think.
Honey Baked Ham of Michigan, led by a president with 2 Walsh degrees, is an excellent example of entrepreneurship and diversification, expanding its product line to turkey, beef, and pork.
Walsh grads see business in everything and impact great companies everywhere. Walsh College. See more at livebreathebusiness.org.
In times of joy, in moments of grief, we are there. When the world looks for truth, broadcasters come through, even when all else fails. Today, with more ways than ever to experience the moments that transform our lives, Americans still choose broadcast radio and television more than all other media combined. And our web and social sites are among the most visited sites in our daily lives.
Bring you the video. Do not go outdoors here in Ocean City right now.
When important moments happen, both big and small. We're the first informers to history. We are the local broadcasters of radio and television, reaching more people, touching more lives. Brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
It's week 1 of the pro football season, and here's the Bovada.net feature game of the week.
Rivals Minnesota and Detroit face off in this divisional opener. Set as a field goal favorite with the total in the high 40s, Minnesota seeks to continue its winning ways after sweeping the series last year, while Detroit rolls out its new-look rushing offense.
Bovada.net is your source for odds and props on all college and pro football games. Bovada.net. Raise your game.
Well, your heart looks good. Cholesterol levels are fine. So tell me again what's happening.
Well, doctor, once a week I get totally lightheaded.
Mm-hmm.
The whole room starts to spin. My heart starts pounding like crazy. And sometimes my toes go numb.
Really? And where are you when this happens?
The checkout line at Kohl's.
I think we've discovered the cause.
Don't miss Kohl's great big weekend sale this Thursday through Sunday. Great savings that make you go Kohl's. Kohl's. Expect great things.
When you're on the go, stop at Speedway for Breath Savers mints. Only Breath Savers mints have Nutrizin to get rid of bad breath. So when your mouth tells you to do something about that breath, stop at Speedway for Breath Savers mints. Breath Savers. Don't take chances. Hit the mints.
Sports you can believe in.
97.1 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back. We broadcast till 10 o'clock. It's a Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call us at Capital all weekend long. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
You know, Harvey, I wanted to be a lot of things in life, mainly center fielder for the Detroit Tigers. It just didn't work out for me.
You got that build, though, man.
You know that, right?
got
Yeah,
the build and
fast.
the wheels,
yeah,
tall, fast,
absolutely.
thin, svelte.
So we're talking about is,
Svelte.
people want things out of their mortgage bankers. People want things out of life, okay? There's only so much we can do. We talked to that guy that we just got off the phone with, right? House came in at $304. He's paying $365. Bottom line is, if this is your be-all, end-all house, if you amortize that over, and that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. $60,000 is a lot of money. But if that's where you're going to be and you're making a commitment to that and you're going to be there 20, 30 years and you're going to raise a family there, then guess what? You know what you're getting into.
It's in St. Clair County.
I don't mind that.
It's beautiful up there. Here's
Of
the deal.
course.
There's not a ton of properties that are 2,800 square foot done
That's
in
right.
Red Oak and custom out. Like you said, over improved for the area.
Right.
There may not be enough of those houses right now in the market that are going to comp it out so they can show that value. But if he's not going anywhere.
But if that's where you want to be, okay, and that's what you got, and you love it, and it's 2,800 square feet, all this land, everything you want, built to the nines, hey.
And
Go for it. Why not?
And if you're in a position to do that, if you can do that,
That's
it's
great.
fine. Don't.
Well, see, that's the
don't worry
blocking and
about it,
tackling
man.
part. Those are the fundamentals. If you've got a good job, if you can afford it, if it's a place where you want to be, you're going to raise your family, it's going to be perfect for you, then those are the things that meets your needs. I'm okay with it.
It's like buying a boat or an exotic car. Like, dude,
boats.
I'm just saying. I mean, you're going to overpay for something that you're not going to get your money back out of. But I mean, dude, if you're going to overpay for the house by $60,000,
right?
Dude, you like it, you're happy, your wife's happy.
Why not?
Dude, we're all married in this room. I
We
mean,
are.
if your wife's happy,
That's good.
don't worry
Yeah, but-
about it. That's fine.
But you also have to be here's the but here's the PS to that story,
Oh,
right?
boy.
You have to be fiscally responsible too.
Yes.
Okay, you do financially and fiscally responsible.
Well, he's got a
You have
family,
to
you got
be.
college
That
coming
guy
up. There's a
sounded
lot
like
of
he
bills.
had his stuff together. So
He sounded, yeah.
All right, 248
We're going to call him after the
539.
show anyways just to find out what's going on.
We'll see. 248-539-9797. We take your calls here till 10 o'clock. It is the second Jobby Nooner. So, yeah, Alex, if you need a boat or something like today, that would be good. Yeah, they have a second one going on today.
Didn't
Definitely.
someone die at the one in the spring?
Don't say that. Hey, new construction's been booming again, guys. As you know, the total demand for shelter across the country, it's out there. I mean, there's a lack of great houses out there. And again, as prices go up, take a look at new construction. We've had so many builders on recently on the show. New construction, again, is booming. And again, it sort of leads into that fact that will you buy a house and maybe overpay for it in today's marketplace? You have to make those decisions. All right, we're taking some calls here. We've got some good ones lined up. Let's try Kurt out in Troy. Good morning, Kurt. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, good morning.
What's up, man?
Morning,
I
Kurt.
have a quick question. I had a 30-year mortgage. I was in the 6% range. I refied about 8 months ago and locked in a nice lower rate. I was going to go to a 15-year mortgage, and my financial advisor talked me out of it because the the variance between the 30 and the 15-year were really not that substantial. And he said to me, be in control of your own money, just make extra payments. You can pay the house off at whatever time you want.
Right.
One of my, so it was actually good premonition because I was recently laid off, and so I was able to fall back on the smaller house payment as opposed to just keeping, making the larger payment to pay it off early. But the question I had was, my house didn't appraise. I had been there 10 years. I had an 800 credit score, money in the bank, good job, and the house didn't appraise. And I'm actually paying PMI, which is pretty frustrating, about $140 a month. And so I was about $18,000 short of getting rid of the PMI. My question is, how long do I have to wait, and do I have to have the house reappraised? Because I keep getting these, and I know Zillow is not an accurate indicator of what your house value is, but I keep getting these emails from them saying your house value is increased, your house value is increased. So is there a term that I have to wait, like is it a year after you refi, and do I have to actually pay to have someone come out and reappraise the house to get that PMI gone?
There's no guarantee that they'll even drop the PMI. You could do an appraisal and send it in, and they may not even drop it. It says you're calling from Troy. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
How many square feet is the house?
I'm sorry?
How many square feet is the house?
It's about 3,200.
I'm sorry, how many?
3,200.
Oh, it's huge, man. And what do you think it's worth?
Well, at the time it appraised for like $350 something. I bought it for $430, and so again, I'm pretty darn close. I think my number that I got to get to is like $287 that I owe on it before I get rid of that PMI.
What do you owe currently?
I guess comes off automatically. Sorry.
What do you owe currently?
301 on it.
And what's the rate?
It is 3.25.
That's a great rate.
Here's what sucks. You're at a great rate. I mean, all you can do is call that current lender and have them send an appraiser back out. I mean, they're going to charge you probably $300 or $400 to do it. But I mean, that's probably your best bet, man. Are you in East or West Troy?
Near Somerset.
So you're in West Troy. I mean, you're in a great area. I mean, I would contact your current lender and see what they'll do. Have an appraiser come out and do the appraisal. I mean, roll the dice.
Well, I'm just curious. 10 years ago when I bought this house, the appraisers basically said, "Well, what number do you need me to come in at?" And
those days are over. So what happened in 10 years is you bought it at the high, the market went down, way down, but it sounds like you're saving money overall, and you just want to get rid of the MI piece. I understand that, but also I want to get back to your original statement about your financial advisor. Your financial advisor gave you some sound advice. Okay, you had to do what's best for you. But if you want to go ahead and take principal off, and I know you got laid off, but the bottom line is your guy gave you some great advice and said, hey, listen, you can do it on your own and you can pay it off sooner. There's no prepayment penalty. But the fact of the matter is most people, they just don't do it on their own. If you're going to stick to that plan and do it on your own, there's absolutely no difference. And I think, but at this point in time, I think you made the good move.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was great advice, as it turns out. Like he said, the banks don't really care about your financial situation. They just want their payment. And
that's right.
I was used to making for 10 years a higher payment of like $2,700 a month. So he was saying, something happens like exactly happened to me after 10 years on the job getting laid off.
Yeah, you have the flexibility of doing your own. That's right. That was good.
Yeah.
Well, good for you, Kurt. You got a great interest rate. We appreciate your phone call this morning. We got to let you go, but thanks for the call. 248-539-9797. We take all your calls. If you're a little on the shy side, we take your emails at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com, and always visit the Hardcore Mortgage Show Facebook page. I do go there, Alex. I saw your picture. We had some pictures up there recently. Also, we keep some information about what's going on in the area and some local news we add to the Facebook page also. We'll expand that as we move forward and just go on there and like us. I guess that's what they say, just like us.
I like you, Harvey.
Boy.
Like us a little. 248-539-9797. As we all know, investors help stabilize the housing market here, especially in Southeast Michigan. Recently, they were taking advantage, Harry, of those crazy low prices and, of course, the lowest interest rates of all time. Strong demand over the last 2 or 4 years left the market bare. There's not a lot of houses out there. So, again, we talked about new construction picking up, but that rental market is also picked up. So you see a lot of these families now who've had some economic trouble. They had to move into a rental, but 3 years later, that's right, folks, Did you have a foreclosure, a short sale, a deed in lieu of foreclosure? You could get back into the housing market. More and more of our clients are doing this. There are some things to follow. Some of the families out there, and we have to get some clarification out there on it. If you had a second lien and they're still coming after you, there's things that you can do to get back into that housing market.
A second lien.
Oh, we see it. We see them going to collection accounts and everything. But we are actually investigating whether or not we can continue to offer mortgages to the families. Again, some families just had one lien. Some families had two liens on the house. But if you're out there in that situation, give us a phone call. Let us take a look to see how things are being reported and find out if you could get back in the housing market. Again, 2 years after a bankruptcy, a lot of families had lost their job and got back in the workforce. Again, things do change. And we see change constantly here, especially in Southeast Michigan. All right. You want to go here?
No, we're going to a break?
Just a quick one.
248-539-9797. Be right
I had
back.
some commentary there.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Come on over. How do you feel about mobile banking?
If I could sum it up in one word, easy.
It's so convenient. I actually do a lot of my banking on a mobile app.
Yeah, it's really helpful.
Love mobile banking.
With the TCF mobile app, you can bank anytime, anywhere. So how would you use it?
If I need to check my balance really quick, or if I need to transfer funds really quick, I'll whip out my phone and do the little app.
At the airport yesterday when my flight got canceled and I needed to buy another ticket.
What's the craziest place where you've banked on your phone?
In the bathroom before I got in the shower.
Yeah.
Probably a plane when you're not supposed to be on your phone. They tell you to turn it off.
In bed.
I was in Morocco in the middle of the desert.
Morocco?
Yeah.
There isn't a crazy place for mobile banking. It's convenient.
Download the free TCF mobile app for your smartphone and tablet. Switch to the home of free checking today. For locations and more information, call 1-855-OPEN-TCF or go to tcfbank.com. TCF Bank. Surprisingly connected. Member FDIC.
Cheese. Say it. Cheese. It's quite possibly the perfect food, especially when it's hot and melty. And at Qdoba Mexican Grill, we are the champions of cheese. Just imagine our 3-cheese queso made with freshly fire-roasted tomatoes, jalapenos, and poblano chilies. Now that's a melted marvel to admire. So, what exactly are you going to put our killer queso on? You could start with our amazing handmade burritos, nachos, and tacos. Maybe even drizzle some on a quesadilla or salad, and you've created an extraordinary entree. And if you can't make up your mind, we got you covered. Literally. Because our Craft 2 lets you choose 2 delicious entrees that are perfect with queso. We not only created the most delicious queso on the planet, we've given you a handful of dishes to put it on. Enjoy. Qdoba Mexican Grill. We live food. Come into your local Qdoba now through the end of September and get any size fountain drink for only $1 when you purchase a queso burrito.
It feels good to wear jeans to the office, but on September 18th, it can feel even better. Join 97.1 The Ticket for Miracle Jeans Day to raise money for the Student Heart Check program. Get together with your coworkers and wear your jeans to work on September 18th, and everyone who participates can make a $5 donation to the Student Heart Check program. Go to 971theticket.com and click the Student Heart Check link. You'll find everything you need to set up your team and help save a life. Go to 971theticket.com and click the Student Heart Check link.
The biggest party in town is coming Monday. Get ready to rock late night.
Here's Arsenio.
The wait is over for the Arsenio Hall Show.
Let's get busy.
The party starts Monday with Chris Tucker and surprise guests. Arsenio's back.
And back is beautiful.
The Arsenio Hall Show.
Premieres Monday, late nights at 11 on CW50.
You're in your car, and your car, well, it takes more money from you than your kids. But you can't afford to cut your car's allowance. That's why you signed up for AutoZone Rewards, which helps you save money while you work on your car. So while the cost of raising kids can drive you crazy, at least you'll still be driving.
Sign up for AutoZone Rewards. It's free to join. Just spend $20 or more 5 times and earn $20 in-store credit. Become a member today. Get in the zone. AutoZone. See store for restrictions and details.
The fastest and most reliable 4G LTE network are now one and the same. AT&T, the nation's fastest and now the most reliable 4G LTE network.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Tigers over the Royals 16-2. Omar Infante, Andy Dirks each getting 5 hits. Austin Jackson driving in 4. The Tigers 26 hits. That's a season best. With the win, they stay 6.5 clear of Cleveland in the Central. Justin Verlander tonight against Danny Duffy, 7-10 right here on 97.1 The Ticket. Number 17, Michigan hosting number 14, Notre Dame tonight at the Big House, 8 p.m. to kick off on AM 950 WWJ. Wolverines have won 3 straight. Michigan State against South Florida, that's at 12 noon. Eastern Michigan is at Penn State. New Hampshire as at Central Michigan. Lions and Vikings, season opener for both tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Ford Field, right here on 97.1 The Ticket. From the 1-800-CALL SAM Studios, I'm Jeff Lessig, 97.1 The Ticket.
97.1 The Ticket, where real men come to play.
Welcome back to the show till 10 o'clock. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Call us at Capital 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker, or here in the studio, 248-539-9797. We've got a great event coming up actually this Thursday. I don't want to drop out there again. It's this Thursday, September 12th, over at Champs Restaurant in West Bloomfield on Orchard Lake Road, right there where Orchard Lake meets Northwestern Highway. If you are a real estate agent, come on by. Please come on by. No invitation. If you want to call us at Capital and say you're coming by, that'd be great. But we'd love to see you. Just walk on in and basically show us your realtor card, or if you have your name tag on, that would be a good giveaway.
Your realtor card?
Your realtor card. You're a realtor.
Is that your business
You got
card?
a number?
Is that your business card with
I got a number.
with the Glamour Shots picture from 1980 on it?
I got my license. Hey, that's not nice. I got a license.
I'm going to take hate mail for that
well,
one.
The Century 20, we'll recognize you if you wear that Century 21 gold jacket.
You
mean
kind of the one you wear in the office every day? what is that?
Bad looking things.
You do wear some bad clothes, Harvey. I
appreciate that.
He dresses like Dalton from Roadhouse.
He does.
He's got the triple pleated pants and a tight black T-shirt with a V-neck.
85 wants their stuff back.
Well, you're going to be there, Harry, and again, our top loan officers are going to be there. And come bring your questions. Let's talk real estate. Let's talk about the process. What's going on out there? If you want to build relationships, this is a great relationship builder.
It's a great time to meet and greet people. I want to say hello to all the realtors out there that give us business, and it's just an appreciation kind of thing. I want to answer questions about what's going on in the market, the process. Things have changed. There are real situations going on that people have to understand, and I want all the realtors to come in, and I want them to blame me for rates going up and appraisals coming in low, and I really want that. I'm looking forward to the interaction and meeting everybody.
All right, great opportunity. Bring your business cards again if you want to talk shop, have a little bite to eat with the Capital people. It'd be great. It's up there at Champs, Orchard Lake and Northwestern Highway in West Bloomfield. Definitely come on, stop by. We're taking your calls here this morning up till 10 o'clock, 248-539-9797. We are going to get into a lot of things, including Alex wants to get into something. You want to go to our call?
Eric, what's up, man? You're live on the air. Eric, what's up?
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
I have 2 questions for you in regards to VA loans. My first question is I've heard that the new construction loans has been suspended. Do you know if that's true or not?
I actually do not. I'm being 100% honest. I do not know if that's true. I did close a new construction VA loan about 2 months ago.
Okay.
So unless it's happened in the last 60 days, I don't think so.
Okay. And my second question is
1 second. Hold on. Who told you that they've been suspended?
My wife had done some looking on the internet, and she told me that, but I haven't actually gone to the official VA government site and checked myself.
VA kind of follows a lot of the guidelines of FHA, and on a new construction transaction with FHA, you do need a 10-year structural warranty. But as long as the builder is going to provide that, I don't see why it would be an issue. And if you're buying a new construction house, I would hope the builder would, say the house is going to be around for 10 years.
Okay.
We can get back to you with that information.
I'm going to take the fifth on it. I got to check it out. I actually have never done a VA end loan.
You have one more question, Eric?
I have not heard that.
I did. My second question is most sellers now don't want to work with anyone using a VA home because there's additional hoops to jump through. Is there any advice you can give me to make me more attractive in buying a home from a person that doesn't want to use a VA home?
And you're a veteran, Eric?
Yes.
See, here's the thing, man. I mean, I hate the fact that realtors shy away from FHA or VA transactions. There's no additional hoops to jump through from you as a buyer. There's nothing else. In the olden days, FHA had these crazy hard inspections where, like, if the driveway was cracked, you had to fix it and all that. There's absolutely nothing wrong. And anybody listening right now as a seller, there's absolutely nothing wrong with a VA loan or an FHA
for
loan.
that matter. Yeah.
And Eric, quite frankly, I mean, as a veteran, people that protect us and let us do what we do every single day, why would you not want to sell your house to a veteran?
Well, and they're qualified. There's easier qualifications. There's more flexible guidelines. There's certain things that you can take advantage of. So
let's name a few.
How about zero down?
How about 6% seller's concession, folks? If you're out there and you're selling your house, and anyone's told you not to sell it to somebody obtaining any type of mortgage, that's ridiculous.
It makes it easier to buy a house, not harder.
Eric, did someone not take your offer because it was a VA loan?
Several of them, yes.
Dude, are you buying out in the Brighton area?
Yes.
All right, dude. I'm gonna call you in 25 minutes after the show. I'll get you. I'll get in touch there. We'll take care of it, dude. I mean, trust me. I mean, I'll take you took care of us. We'll take care of you. Don't worry about it, man.
All right, I appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks,
All
sir.
right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we got some open lines here.
How do you not sell your house to? I mean.
I don't know. People are ridiculous.
That pisses me off. It really does, man. I
Well,
mean,
the whole FHA VA thing, that's going back 25, 30 years. Things would be more difficult.
What realtor?
It's not happening
hold on.
now.
Hang on. Seriously. What realtor, what listing agent brings an offer in from a veteran and says, oh, no, don't sell this guy your house. It's a VA loan.
I mean, quite honestly, it could be easier than a conventional loan.
That is unbelievable to me that some listing agent would bring an offer like that in and say
we're not
going to take it.
Yeah,
That's okay. The guy he's getting shot at, so you can sit around with your Glamour Shots picture on your business card from 1980. But no, don't take his offer. You can do whatever you want. No, don't sell your house to a veteran. That's fine.
You know what, gentlemen? Documentation has become everything in this process. We always like to talk about. Yeah, sit. You're not going anywhere. 248-539-9797. I said documentation has become everything. Yeah, the old Barry White song, "You Are My Everything." We need everything almost on every file, and I'll tell you, it started.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
It started. Welcome back. Sit down, Harry. It started with the tax returns. It starts with the W-2s, and it's gone to K-1s and documentation to support you. That business is paying back the lease on the building, and documentation has become everything. About the
and that was a good Barry White reset, by the way. But we do need everything. We need every piece of documentation. All right, red flags. If you're going through a divorce, we need, if the divorce isn't finished, we need to see some kind of settlement agreement in writing, both attorney signatures, both party signatures on it. We need to see that, okay? If there's a trust involved, we need every page of your trust. There's no question about it. We need your tax returns. And, oh, by the way, if you didn't file your tax returns this year and you didn't file an official extension, it's not going to work out for you.
It's not.
All right, it's just not going to work out for you.
Ducks in a row.
All right, there are certain things that we need because, remember, we're loaning the money. Even if you're putting 20% down, we're the 80% partner, and you get to live in that house. So don't be amazed, surprised, shocked when somebody asks you for full pay stubs, full bank statements, tax returns, copy of a divorce judgment, all those things. It happens. We need it.
All right, if you're buying a house, purchases are up again, 3 to 5% down. Conventional loans are available. We talked about, I don't know what we talk about sometimes. VA loans, 0 down. How about that?
Oh, no, we don't take those.
FHA loans, 3.5% down. How about USDA loans, the rural development loans, 0 down in just about every part of the state except for most of Oakland and some of the Tri-County area. And then Alex, jumbo loans still. The properties out there are still... They're out there. They're beautiful. Some have been fixed up. You got to get your hands on an approval letter. We're going to talk a little bit about that, and we still take your calls up till 10. 248-539-9797.
You just have to have a good realtor on both sides, and I'm not going to get all worked up again over that, but I mean, if you're listing your house with an agent that just jumped back into the market, listen, the market sucked, man. I mean, dude, in 2008, 2009, I mean, absolute crash. Everybody left. The mortgage guys left. The realtors left. All of a sudden, now it's hot again. And they're back into it. You have to have someone you trust on both sides. And I kind of started the show, with people you trust. You have to have good people. I mean, if you're going to list your house and you call 3 agents and they say, I can get, $100,000, $110,000, $120,000 for your house, and you take that $120,000 agent that says they can get that for you, all they're doing is reeling you in and saying, I can get you the most for your house. That's not someone you trust. You can't shop it like that, man. It's like anything else. If you call some conglomerate lender and they say, oh, I can get you 3.25 on a 15-year. Dude, if everyone else is at, for the sake of BS, if everyone else is at 4 and the other and one person's at 3.25, dude, they're lying to you. I mean, some people just can't, they can't get out of their own way. I mean, dude, I had a guy the other day that said, wait, is this caller? No, you're waving at me.
No, you're okay.
Okay, so I had a guy the other day said, I said, yeah, your rate's 4 3/4. That's what it was. Forget the program. It was for the sake of BS. 4 3/4. Dude's like, we lock it in. He gets staying in his disclosure says we lock the rate in. He goes, 4 3/4. This rate's wrong. This says 4.75. I said, yeah, dude, 4 3/4. He goes, no, dude, it should say 4.325.
Oh.
3, the first
Right,
number,
3
3,
right.
and then a quarter.
Did you
2.5
educate him on the decimal
after.
equivalent of
Dude,
3/4 is 0.75?
Yeah, I mean, guys, if you don't know the decimal breakdown, 3/4, 3, and then 25. That's what he thought the rate was, not 0.75. Guys, if you don't know that, don't buy a house. You're a lifelong renter. Just stop.
248-539-9797. Sort of funny stuff.
You know what?
No,
You know,
great.
it's a shame. It's a shame. True story. It's a
I know.
shame.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
I've heard that before.
Look,
H-Clans at Laird Online.
Exactly.
Call me.
I won't go on the experienced realtor side, but it definitely, look, a lot of the great real estate agents that are out there, that 10% I'm talking about, encourage buyers to immediately get their hands on an approval letter. A true pre-approval letter gets you a strict review of the client's credit, down payment, income, employment, debt to income ratio. There's so many intangibles in a transaction. Definitely get yourself an approval letter. Call Capital Mortgage Funding. We got people there all day long, and that's the key. Get started right away. Find out what it takes to get that approval letter in your hand and become a qualified buyer. Let's go to Dan out there in Oxford. Hey, Dan, thanks for staying on the line. Welcome to the show. Go ahead.
Hi, how you doing?
What's up, Danny?
Quick question. I'm buying a foreclosed home, and I'm paying cash for it. And the intent is to get my daughter into her first home.
Cool, man.
She's pre-approved for a mortgage with my name, with her. But right now we're going to buy the house cash. We're going to get her into it. And it's because it's foreclosed. Obviously, it's not going to appraise for what we, it's only going to appraise for 80%, or she'll be able to get a mortgage today for 80% of what I buy it today.
Correct.
Am I correct in thinking about 6 months or 7 months or so, after we do a little work to it, it should appraise a little bit more, obviously? Or is that going to be based on probably what's selling in that neighborhood?
It'll be based on what's selling in the neighborhood in 6 months. What's the purchase price, Dan?
We bought it for $68,000.
And what do you think it's going to be worth when you're all done fixing it up?
Well, it doesn't need a lot. It needs cosmetic stuff. I'm hoping I could get upwards of $100,000 out of it.
Hey, Dan, what's the neighborhood going for right now?
Waterford Township. There's a house across the street that's asking $155 for it.
Mm-hmm.
But, there's some other houses there are going for about the same. They're listed because they're foreclosed for about $55,000, $60,000.
Sounds like a great buy, actually.
Well, it's a great buy, but the value that you're looking to do and turn around and pull the cash out and have a mortgage, if it appraises in 6 months for 100, you'll get 75, 80% out, and that's where you're going to be. But those to answer, and what you're thinking is absolutely correct. Those other foreclosures are going to affect the value of the home.
Right.
There's no question about it. I think it's a good move paying cash for it. Let her move in, fix it up, let her live there a while, and then we can help you down the road. And we'll do all the investigation for you. We'll do the property search. We'll do the value. We'll pull the value for you, and we'll help you out on that.
Thanks for the call, Dan.
Cool. Thanks, Danny.
All right, a lot of opportunity. When we come back, we'll talk about purchases, cash out refinancings, and a whole lot more. Come on back and join us.
97.1 The Ticket. O'Reilly.
Everybody likes to see a clean car or truck, but it's the oil you can't see that benefits most from being clean. Changing your oil and filter before they get dirty helps keep your vehicle running right. Depending on your driving habits, that could be every 3 months or 3,000 miles. Changing the oil is the single most important thing you can do for your vehicle. Keep it clean with the top name brands at low prices from the helpful professional parts people at the O'Reilly Auto Parts store near you.
If it's time to change your motor oil, stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts and pick up 5 quarts of Peak conventional motor oil for $14.95. Prevent sludge and keep your engine running smooth with Peak conventional motor oil on sale for $14.95 at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Better parts, better prices every day. Limits apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Are you currently on a temporary Cobra health insurance plan? A Cobra plan that's more expensive than ever and one that will expire in the future and leave you and your family without health insurance? Hi, Mike Perpura here of National Benefit Plans. If that's the case, you need to call me now. Call 877-734-2200. National Benefit Plan shops every health insurance carrier in Michigan. That's right, every health insurance carrier in Michigan, making sure you get the best possible rate. Call 877-734-2200 or on the web at nbphealth.com. And remember, National Benefit Plans would like to be your health and life insurance agency for a lifetime.
Make your last days of summer a big deal with Best Buy's Labor Day Appliance Savings Event. It's the biggest savings of the year, with up to 30% off all major appliances at Best Buy, including top brands like Samsung, LG, Frigidaire, Whirlpool, and more. And it gets even bigger. Buy 2 or more select appliances and save up to an extra $400 instantly. Plus, with Best Buy's everyday low price guarantee, you always get the price you want. Now that's a big deal. The Labor Day Savings Event, now through September 7th at Best Buy.
Okay, Buffalo Wild Wings is the greatest place in the world to watch Lions football. No surprise there. But now it gets even better with the chance to win $10,000 every time you come in to watch a Lions game in September and October. Visit a Metro Detroit Buffalo Wild Wings location and enter your receipt information on 971theticket.com/Buffalo Wild Wings for your chance to be one of 2 lucky fans each week. If you're selected and your assigned team runs an opening kick return for a touchdown, you'll take home $10,000. Visit a Metro Detroit Buffalo Wild Wings for details. No purchase necessary. Contest rules apply.
Only the Home Depot has durable Husky steel storage solutions from as little as $198. Sturdy tool chests and cabinets with smooth, ball-bearing drawer slides, so you can load them up and the drawers will never complain. Give your workbench a workover. You'll find a place for your tools with Husky heavy-duty storage, and you'll only find Husky heavy-duty storage in one place. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only. See store for details.
Tomorrow, meet the 97.1 The Ticket Street Team from 4 to 6 at Dooley's Irish Pub on 14 Mile Road in Clawson. They're your post-game reaction headquarters. Go there after the game and don't forget to book your fantasy football spot at Dooley's now and get great discounts. The second annual Pink Out the Park, sponsored in part by 97.1 The Ticket, is Friday, September 13th, when the Tigers face the Royals at Comerica Park. Meet us there and wear pink to the game to support breast health awareness. Visit Tigers.com to learn more.
Where all the pros play. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. This is our last segment. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate and Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. I got a birthday announcement. My friend Todd Turkin turning 58, maybe more. I don't even know what my text said.
58.
Yeah, they got that bakery that
He's
Just
a Berkeley
Baked.
Bear.
Yeah, he's a Berkeley guy and
Stratford.
Got a bakery? What bakery?
Grew up on
Just
Stratford.
Baked. Just Baked. Yeah, all
dude.
those cupcakes and cookies, all sorts of great stuff. So we're gonna
Hey,
have a
if you
little
ever
party
want
tonight.
a $5 cupcake, that's the place to go.
No, they're not
awesome.
that much, and they're worth
What are you
it.
talking about? They're awesome.
They're awesome.
I don't care what the price is. They're
You've
good.
had them, Harry. They're worth
I
more.
love them. Well, that's my problem. I've had too many of them.
We'll take
They're
some
really
of your calls
good.
here. About another 13 minutes or so. 248-539-9797. Great stuff here in Michigan. Of course, high school football last night. Michigan game tonight at 8 o'clock. Michigan State at noon if you're on your way up there. Alex, you're a Spartan, so I know. Good luck to you. Who do you got, Western? I'll root the.
Who do you got?
I don't know, but I'm
Nothing says excitement like Michigan State minus 24 at home. It's
Yeah.
going to be a real.
Well, OCC. We got OCC today in East Lansing. It's all good.
All right, we got Jack on
You
the
watch
line
that game last
from
week, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Hey, Jack, you there from Lapeer? What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up, man?
Hi, Jack.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
What's up?
Well, I've got a house that's paid for. I got a letter of approval for a home equity for 70% of the sale value of it.
Right.
But that's not enough to get the house that I want to get into. And they want me to have $10,000 in the bank to get a conventional loan.
That's silly. What's so your house right now is in Lapeer, right?
Yeah.
Where's the next house you're trying to buy?
In Lapeer.
So you're buying a rental property.
No, I plan to move in it and rent this one.
Oh, well, it's a regular old deal, dude. There's nothing outside the box about that at all.
Yeah, sometimes, let me ask you something. Is the new house smaller than your existing house? Talk to me a little about that. Yeah.
Much bigger, much nicer.
Oh, you're stepping up. I think a letter of intention is what's required for that. And Jack, you definitely can do that. Anyone out there listening, again, this is one of those situations. You're going to use your existing house. It might be paid for. You have a small payment. You're able to go ahead and rent that out. It'd be nice, and a lot of times the underwriter will ask for future rental agreements, some documentation to support it, but typically there's nothing that says you can't do that. A letter of intention, if it's signed by you, would allow you to go ahead and move forward.
Yeah, Jack, we're going to source the funds. We're going to see that you're going to get a home equity loan. We're going to need all the documentation. We'll need your income documentation, the letter of intent that you're purchasing a new home to use as an owner-occupying property. So it doesn't sound too tricky to me.
Yeah, but I don't have the $10,000 down on the new house.
Jack,
no, you're getting it from the down.
Whoa, time out. You don't have $10,000. You have no down payment.
Well, I've got $4,000 or $5,000 at the time. I used all my money to pay this house off.
What's the purchase price, Jack, on the one you want to buy?
$90,000.
90,000. I mean, I can structure it to get you in the house. I'm telling you right now. If you have $5,000, is that what you said?
Yeah.
I can make that work. I'm 100% positive, dude. Hang tight. I'll call you in like 15, 20 minutes.
Oh, no, I got to go to work. I won't be home until 6:30.
Oh, well, you know what, Jack? I'm going to go to my office. I'm going to sit there all day, and I'll call you at 6 o'clock.
There you go.
I won't be. I get out at 6:30. So
I'll call you at 6:31.
We're going to track you down, Jack. Thank you very much for the call. We get all your phone numbers here, 248-539-9797. But definitely, he can probably structure it with some seller's concessions. There's some room there.
Well, you can use the equity in your home to go ahead and buy another property because that's your asset. It's your money.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, if he's got $5,000, you can do it. You can do a 3% down conventional deal right now.
Your
I mean, there's
primary
nothing
residence?
outside.
Right.
There's
And
nothing outside the box.
until November.
He's going to move into it, right?
Till November.
Oh, don't find governor of the show now. I mean,
let me throw this out there again, gentlemen.
Ask me a
We
question.
mentioned it earlier. We're having a sweet meet and greet. Why? Because if you're a real estate agent, if you're in the title industry, if you want to come by and meet the Capital Mortgage people, come on by Champs this Thursday.
Realtors and mortgage bankers have the same objective, to close the loan. We're all on the same side, okay? You can't get the house without closing the loan. Nobody makes any money without closing the loan, and nobody's happy without closing the loan. So we're all on the same side. So I encourage every realtor to come out. Let's go. We'll tell you what's really going on in the mortgage industry. Do you really need this piece of documentation? Do you really need to verify this? We'll give you the straight scoop. I'm looking forward to telling all the stories about what's going on in the mortgage business.
All right, come out to Champs again in West Bloomfield. That's Orchard Lake and Northwestern Highway. We're going to start the little get-together, 6 o'clock, starting at 6 o'clock. We'll carry it all the way through until they throw us out of there. We'll supply some food, some drinks, bring your business cards, and we'll talk some mortgage and real estate here in Southeast Michigan.
Also, a quick shout-out to our new guy, Jeff Simmons. He joined our company this week. He told me his dad, in the interview, this is why we hired him, his dad's a big fan of the show, or his father-in-law, Tom.
That gets you a job.
That does. Well, if you're a big fan of the show, you get a job.
Good luck. Also,
Good
he's
job,
a local
Tom,
guy.
up north doing all your work at your up north cabin.
Wait a minute. The guy's a Grosse Pointe guy, and he's wearing his colors right there.
He
He's
lives
a
in
Chippewa.
Farmington Hills. He moved to our side of town.
He's over here now, but he's really a chip. Look at him with a
Chippewa,
Central
right?
Michigan guy.
That's okay.
Look at Dave. Thumbs
Whoa,
down.
easy over there,
Why are
David.
you knocking the Chippewa?
Because he's probably a Western guy. That's why.
Oh, is that a rivalry? I didn't
That's
even
all
know.
right.
Gentlemen, Treasuries did rally late in the day yesterday, sort of getting us back to where we were a little bit maybe last week or so. It was a great day, but a rough week. And again, rates did tick up a little bit. We see a little bit of window there coming up on Monday to lock in. So that's what I'm looking. Again, some families, they go ahead and lock in only to find out that, as that other gentleman was saying earlier in the show, the home doesn't appraise out. They bust the rate lock, and then you start paying more and more money. Don't let an eighth or a quarter bum you out in any way. If you're purchasing a house, get it done. Getting a mortgage in today's marketplace can be difficult if you've got some things going on in your life. Again, we see so many challenges nowadays. I hate to say this word, it goes the D word. Divorce is tough, death in situations. There's a lot of bad things that happen to great people. You got to turn it around. You got to document it properly. And again, if you want to get a mortgage, give us a call. Capital Mortgage, right in your own backyard, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
I just really, again, you touched on rates. I don't want to take that call anymore about rates and where they're at. Rates are rates. It is what it is, dude. I don't make rates. Harry doesn't make rates. Harvard doesn't make rates. It is what it is. If you're buying a house, the rate is the rate. And if you make a spreadsheet and you call every lender in the entire country, I'm telling you right now, you're going to get a lower rate than I can offer you. I'm telling you right now. You may close at that. You probably won't. It's probably not going to happen. There's nothing anymore ever legally binding somebody to close you at the rate that they quote you. It's just not going to happen.
You can be locked in, but you're not locked forever.
It goes back to using people you trust. That's all it is, dude. I mean, every single thing I do in my life. I mean, my buddy John Scott, it's where I drive a Jeep. Dude, I call John Scott. I'm like, dude, my lease is up. What are we going to do? He's like, oh, come and get a new one. All right, sweet, dude. I mean, listen, I'm sure if I'm in a spreadsheet, I could shave $10 off the payment. I don't care. I have John's cell phone. If the radio goes out, if the suspension's rattling, I'm like, dude, can I bring my car? And he's like, yeah, bring it in, dude. That's it, man. That's all it is. I don't care about saving $10 a month. I'm happy with my guy.
Let me drop this also. Look, if you're out there and you're currently renting a home, you had some credit problems in the past, definitely give us a call at Capital Mortgage Funding. We'll get you hooked up. We'd run the credit rescore for you. We can find out what it's going to take to get your credit score up 20, 30, 40 points. We've seen them have gone up actually higher than that. Many times it's if you just lower some of your credit card balances down, as opposed to having 90% of the balance being taken up, if you can get that down to maybe a $500 balance on a $2,500 limit, that a lot of times
we
will
are
go
really
ahead and
good.
lower the rate.
Harvey, you're really good at it. Mary Jeffries in our office is really good at it. We have our entire staff dedicated to going ahead and increasing your credit score. 10 points, 15 points, 20 points. We can't erase foreclosures. We can't erase bankruptcies, but we can get your credit score up. We can counsel and advise you on how to do it. We'll help you do it. And that's the difference between, a 620 credit score and a 640 credit score, which you need to qualify for a mortgage loan.
Right. The higher the credit score, the better opportunities there are, and saving money out there is obviously your goal. 248-539-9797 here at the studio. We'd like to hear from you. Got a few minutes left and some open lines. Also, we talk about different purchases or ways to get into a home. The funds are very, very important. And a lot of times it's important that you get into us right now. If you're thinking about buying a house maybe in 3 or 4 months down the road, you just can't use cash money to buy a house. And we're seeing a lot of families out there depositing money where they're not documenting it. We've got a lot to add next Saturday on the same subject.
Yeah, it'll be good, man. Just it's easy. I'm on your team, guys. Everyone's on the same team. Realtors, mortgage guys, buyers, everyone's on the same team. Get together, man.
And we'll see everybody this Thursday night at Champs on Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield.
Fantastic. Come on out and see us there. Again, Champs at West Bloomfield, coming up at 6 o'clock this Thursday. If you're a real estate agent or in the marketplace. All right, keep it here on 97.1 The Ticket. We got sports all day long. A lot of football. Pat Caputo coming up next. Call Capital Mortgage. We're open all day long at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. See you next Saturday.
97.1 The Ticket.
My company just landed a big new account, and I have to start hiring people